Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am your host, Data T, and this is my channel, The Good Guys. Guys, today's story comes out of Roanoke, Virginia, and the title reads, Shooting at Roanoke Supermarket reveals substantial evidence showing self-defense. Guys, we are going to get into this story, but before we do, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribe, and you guys can hit me on Twitter. All right? So, let us begin.
New details about a shooting over the weekend at a Food Lion in northwest Roanoke.
Police released the suspect involved, and he's not facing any charges. WDBJ7's Isabella Ladon joins us now in the studio. And Isabella, you spoke to the Commonwealth's attorney today about this case. Why was the suspect released?
Jean and Natalie, the Commonwealth's attorney told me the suspect was released because there is a substantial argument for self-defense. Today, I learned that on Saturday night, a disagreement broke out at the Food Lion at the 2600 block of Peters Creek. One man threw a punch at another man who then took out his gun and shot several times. He hit the person who initiated the fight and a woman who was caught in the middle. The woman's injuries were not life-threatening, but Roanoke police said the man's injuries were serious. The Commonwealth's attorney says the store's surveillance video will help investigators determine if this was self-defense.
Before we hear what he has to say, guys, take a look at this. This is a very real response, a possibility that, and I'm going to go straight to it, hitting a bystander, hitting somebody who is not a part of this. And your tactics have to come in here, and I wonder if this man had the ability to leave the store. In Virginia, I do not know if we live, that is, if you live there, if this is a stand your ground state. It could be, okay? Virginia definitely has the concealed carry. I think Virginia is on track to becoming a constitutional carry state. But you know, so some Democrats need to get out of there. But anyway, so what does that mean? You have to be very cognizant of how you're going to use your firearm, and the fact that yes, he did hit his attacker, but he did also hit someone else, a bystander. Guys, that's a no-no. That's not how it works. That's not how we do things. That's not, if you're not going to be seen in a positive light if you hit somebody else who is a bystander. This is why we train. And believe it or not, this example can be brought up as, do you see this? Look, he hit a bystander, okay? And, things happen. Chaos happens. This guy's getting beat down, and they say his injuries were serious. Okay? So he thinks, you know what? I could possibly lose my life. So he takes his firearm, he shoots, he hits his attacker, but then he hits somebody else. And this is, it's tough because on one hand, they did let him go. They let him go. Usually they bring charges, especially if it was a left-leaning state, okay? They probably would have brought charges on him as well for shooting, another innocent bystander. But when the case comes out, maybe we may see that that person was also involved. Maybe not. But this is a tough one. This is a tough one. My thinking is, did he have an ability to get out of the store? But if it's a stand your ground state, he didn't have to. He doesn't have to leave. And tragic, I think. Okay, nobody wants to be shot, especially if you're not the aggressor, right? All kinds of things are playing out in my mind right now, and I don't, I don't think that if there are civilians around, I'm gonna pull my firearm, shoot in an open crowd just to hit the guy that's attacking me. There are other tools you can use. True. He's punching you. This is where the open hand skills comes in. Can you block? Can you strike? Maybe he didn't have that ability, guys. And this is the other part. How old is that individual? What if he's an 80-year-old man? He can't fight a 25-year-old guy. He can't. He cannot do it physically. So maybe his only alternative is to take out a firearm. Maybe this guy is sick. Maybe he's a sick guy. There are certain people that if you hit them in any kind of way, they could die. They could break apart. So for his very well-being, he had to shoot. You don't know his circumstance. So let's listen to what this guy has to say.
That's where it becomes a fine line. Does a person have to stand there and take a beating or get beat up? Or if they are armed, can they use deadly force to repel the attack? So that will be a decision that we'll have to get the actual video from the food line and watch and make those determinations.
The man who fired the gun stayed on scene and cooperated with authorities, which the Commonwealth's attorney says is rare in situations like this. Jean and Natalie Caldwell also told me that the man who initiated the fight could face charges for assault and battery.
Isabella, did this happen inside the store or out in the parking lot?
From our understanding, it happened inside of the store and not in the parking lot. Roanoke police said that it did happen inside of the business on Peters Creek.
The grocery store. All right, Isabella, thank you for that.
Well, guys, you hear it there. It's interesting, and it's the state attorney or the attorney that is speaking there. He is saying, do you have the ability to defend yourself? In self-defense, I think that is cut and clear that yes, you do. But it absolves you when you hit another person, especially somebody that's not involved. But they did let him go. And the lady is saying here that it was rare that they stay on scene. Guys, most defenders, who use a firearm in self-defense, they know they usually do stay on the scene, because they're not criminals, They stay on the scene, and in some cases, they will talk to the police. Now, it is my opinion, you shouldn't talk to the police at all, period. No one should, There are organizations out there where you can buy insurance. They will talk to the police for you, We do not talk to the police. Don't talk to them, They are not going to help your case in any case at all. So there's no point in talking to them. Let them do their job and investigate. That's what they're supposed to do, And but this is the nature of good guys, right? Good guys usually stay, and I'm sure that guy, he felt guilty that he shot another person, somebody that wasn't assaulting him. What if it was a child? Guys, that anybody who carries a firearm always thinks about, man, what if I hit somebody else? What if I hit somebody's baby? What if I hit somebody's wife or husband? And this is the very reason why we train. This is the very reason why, if you have a gun, you should be training. And we got to do a little bit more than the average citizen. And you should. It is a responsibility, and it is the responsibility when you carry a gun. And guess what? The only guys that take that responsibility, the only guys who decide to train a little bit more than the average guy when they're so tired, working 2 jobs, whatever they are doing, they're trying to be the law-abiding citizen. And guess what? Only good guys do shit like that. Only good guys do the extra mile. Only good guys do that. And the bad guys can just do whatever the fuck they want. Sometimes it pisses me off so much. It's infuriating. But what else can you say? Hopefully that woman is okay. Hopefully in the good case scenario, all these things, hopefully they have a happily ending. But most cases, what's going to happen is that woman will sue. She will definitely sue. And even the criminal who got shot, who was committing the crime, his family may sue. And it makes the case for insurance. Or you have the USCCA, United States Concealed Carry Association, is a good cushion, I believe. I'm not endorsing them. They are not going to give me any sponsorship or anything like that, but it is an alternative. Guys, I've rambled. Sorry about that. But I want you to understand this, and I know you understand this. Good people have guns. Good people should always have guns. And if good men do nothing, there will be no good guys.